Hey everyone, Tony here. Hope you're doing well. It's Sunday, December 16th. Hope you're holding strong. I have some news items I want to share with you guys. Definitely some interesting topics here. And of course, this is not financial or investment advice. The first, we have a quote from the BitPay CEO saying blockchain payments mass adoption is 3 to 5 years away. Now, if you recall, in my videos that I've done talking about the growth of this market, and because we're in the infrastructure stage, we're going to start to see a lot of things being built out, services and so forth, and for the takeoff of this market. But we won't have to wait as long as, let's say, what took place in the dot-com boom in the 90s, where the internet as a concept, as a technology, was entirely new. Now, blockchain, because it's built on the internet, it's not a far the concept is not far off from the internet, because the internet, we already have file sharing, we already have the crowdsourcing on the internet. Blockchain takes it to the next level. So I believe the technology will move faster. We won't have to wait 10, 15 years. I think crypto is going to start getting some adoption within the next few years, and we're going to start seeing it in our daily lives. And we've already started to see some of that with companies accepting crypto, and adoption coming about with companies like Ripple and so forth. So the CEO of crypto merchant platform BitPay, Stephen Pear, stated the speculation on the future adoption drives Bitcoin price more than actual utility. Speaking on the reasons behind Bitcoin's current value compared to its historical price highs, Pear told reporters a very big component of Bitcoin's price is certainly speculation. It's investors that are speculating on the future usage and adoption of this technology. I'm sure a small component of that price is actual utility. And he's right. The majority of the price movements around Bitcoin is speculation. And a utility is not real world utility. Some companies accept Bitcoin, but not a lot of people are transacting with it. There are people using it to trade. That's where a lot of the volume comes from, because at one point you couldn't even use fiat to buy altcoins. You had to use Bitcoin, and that's still the case on many exchanges, for example, like Binance. But we're seeing a lot of exchanges are going to be leveraging, adding fiat pairing, which is definitely the way to go to eliminate that extra step, that roadblock for new investors. So when asked about a Bitcoin ETF's potential to stimulate price rally, Pear argued that not just ETF adoption or ETF launches could be catalysts for price movement, but the adoption will push the prices higher, adding optimistically, I do think we'll see those kinds of prices at some point in the future if history is any guide. And let's see here. He said, here's a quote, I used to say 10 years, but now I think it's more like 3 to 5 years until you can go into a restaurant, a retail establishment, and just everybody's going to expect that store will accept a blockchain payment. So obviously talking about crypto here, and I believe that's where we're headed. We're going to start seeing different businesses across the board just accepting crypto. And we even saw Square, the payment app, which a lot of small businesses use. Many of you may have used someone who had a Square app plugged into their smartphone or the iPad. You can accept crypto. So it is coming, and I think I agree with him here, where it's not too far off. We don't have to wait 10, 15 years. This is definitely 2-3 years away. I personally think the technology is just moving much faster now. And because we have the big players getting in, Fidelity, TD Ameritrade, ICE, Starbucks, with partnering with ICE with Bakkt, and Starbucks being kind of on a massive scale, the first retail coffee chain or restaurant type chain here to really integrate crypto, allowing you to use it, because the Bakkt app, you will be able to go into Starbucks and pay using crypto. Now that crypto is converted to fiat in the transaction, but it's still an adoption of taking your crypto and spending it, so to speak. So I'm in agreement here, and the reason I'm sharing is because I think it makes sense here. It's not going to take, like I said, 10 to 15 years. I think it's right around the corner, especially with these big launches coming up. Now, something else I want to share with you guys. Downturn or not, Bitcoin has still outperformed Apple since last January. And this is true because Bitcoin has performed really well, even better than the stock market, many of the big stocks, right? I'm not going to go through everything here. I think you guys have probably seen some of this data before. Even with an 85% price plunge in value, it is still up, right? If you had gotten in, let's say from let's say $1,000 to the 2,000, 3,000 range, the run up it had is pretty significant. So if you cashed out at the 19,000, but even at the corrections, let's say you bought it at 1,000, right? The corrections at whatever 5,000, 6,000, you still made money, and the return, right, the percentage wise, is still higher than many of the other stocks. So this is a young market. There's a lot of volatility and obviously a lot of speculation, as we know, because it's a disruptive technology. But I think there's a lot of potential here to still make a lot of gains. That's why I'm in this market. I believe there's going to be a run up next year, and these prices that we're seeing right now. I mean, this is I don't think we'll see these again because we have the big money. We got the regulations coming from the government, so we're going to be launching off and moving away from this. I think the market's bottoming out. A lot of the scams and the manipulations, it's in the process of getting weeded out by the SEC. A lot of low quality projects are getting weeded out as well. So just to give you some perspective, this is why I'm sharing this with you, that even compared to stocks and so forth, still a better return. Now, I had told you guys about the Morgan Creek Digital guys. They're usually on CNBC and so forth, but they, did a bet, a $1 million bet, saying that the crypto would do better than the S&P within, I believe, 10 years, if I'm not mistaken. Let me give you the details here. Morgan Creek founder Anthony Pompliano has claimed that his company's $1 million bet on stocks outperforming crypto over the next 10 years has had no takers since it was put up more than a week ago. So they put the bet out, but no one took it. Surprisingly, none of the Wall Street guys, none of the other people saying the stock market's gonna do better, and not even like Warren Buffett. So this is interesting. I mean, I think people see the writing on the wall. Even guys like Jamie Dimon and the other Wall Street guys who have been very vocal about being anti-crypto, anti-Bitcoin, and so forth. I don't think they would have the balls to take a bet like this, because this is a disruptive technology that's a new asset class that's on the rise, and the big players are getting in. And even stocks, we talked a bit about the token economy. All of the stocks and all these things are going to be tokenized. So we're headed to a new frontier, so to speak. But it's interesting, no one took the bet, because let's say, the big vocal guys, like let's say Jamie Dimon, he could have took $1 million is nothing to him. He could have took this bet and say, yeah, crypto's gonna die or whatever, right? But a lot of it's smoke and mirrors on their part, and that's why I wanted to share this, that no one had the balls or wanted to put their money where their mouth is to take on this bet. Moving ahead to some XRP news here. Interdax, International Digital Assets Exchange, will launch early 2019, focus on derivatives, primarily perpetual swaps and futures, perpetual contracts for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP, designed by Wall Street engineers, ex-Nasdaq and New York Stock Exchange guys. See what's happening? We're seeing a mass exodus from the traditional markets in Wall Street over to crypto. These guys are building out their services and getting ready to launch their stuff. And here's his site. So beta launch early 2019. There's 25,165 people on the wait list. I'm going to try to join the wait list as well. So this is certainly, look, they call it out, an exchange designed by crypto traders and built by Wall Street engineers. Wall Street is here, guys. They are getting in, building their services. Wall Street tech, built with the same technology that powers the world's leading exchanges. And of course, the perpetual contracts. Military grade security, interesting. Superior UX. So I'm definitely gonna sign up with a waiting list and see and check this out. But they got the top 3 cryptos that they're planning to launch with. Smart for them, and includes XRP, of course. Looks like they have a launch contest, a $100,000 giveaway, more than $100,000 of prizes in Bitcoin. First wins 10 Bitcoin. Wow. And then 10,000 plus prizes for the community. Interesting. How do I enter? Sign up with a valid email address, blah, blah, blah. The top 10,000 people. Okay, wow. This is interesting, guys. So if you want to sign up, use my referral link. I'll put the referral link in the description. But this is interesting. I didn't even see this. So a chance to win some free stuff. Why not, guys? So sign up and maybe refer your friends and so forth. But Wall Street crypto exchange coming big time. If you guys recall, I talked a bit about GMT Advanced Financial Services, which is based in Israel, which is partnered with Ripple. Well, funny enough, they tweeted a quote here from an article and highlighted it on their profile because it was kind of under the radar. There wasn't any major announcements until someone's found it on their site. I believe it was Leonidas found it on their site. The quote here: Ripple's expansion remains unstoppable and has now the company behind XRP managed to conquer Israel territory after closing a significant deal with GMT in an effort to boost the financial industry in the region. So interesting that they're highlighting it now, sharing some quotes. So big stuff. By the way, if you guys saw my video yesterday where I highlighted all the important launches that are coming up in 2019, I think I have to add this one, the Interdax. This is actually pretty big, guys, because it's big money. It's Wall Street, as ex-Nasdaq, ex-New York Stock Exchange, guys. And looks, it's going to be for big money in a sense where you have these perpetual contracts. So this is interesting. I'll have to update. So this is on my website, guys, thinkingcrypto.com. You can come to the news section, and I'm going to update this list and include Interdax. So guys, like I said, not too many news items. Hope you're holding strong. And what do you think about this news? Leave your thoughts and comments below. Also, if you want to sign up for Interdax, link in the description. Definitely check it out. And if I would love to hear if you guys have any questions about any crypto, what you think about 2019, just your thoughts or questions and so forth. Leave them below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thumbs up. Also, don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Twitter. And thank you guys for your support, and I'll talk to you all later.